In today's sync, we'll be aligning on the quarterly KPI deployment roadmap, with particular emphasis on recalibrating.
I wish I could do something else that is more exciting.
Hey, are you paying attention? What is your answer?
The answer is that I quit. Hi, my name is Peter, and today you will hear about why I threw all reason out of the window and my job as well, and decided to quit my very stable, well-paying job and pursue a career in games. After 4 years of failing, trying and learning, I finally did it. It's been painful, uncertain, full of challenges that I couldn't anticipate. That I haven't anticipated. I couldn't have anticipated, but I wouldn't go back. So let me take you back. How it all started. As a kid, I loved playing computer games. What a shocker. And my favorite game was Spore. This game, at the time, blew my socks off. It might look goofy, looking back at it now. But at the time, this game was revolutionary. You could create your own creature, build civilizations, and later, in the DLC, you can make your own adventure as well. I remember I used to spend days just sitting there, coming up and creating these adventures for others to play. Now, looking back at it, I think that might have seeded my career. Fast forward, I went to university to study computer engineering. To be honest, in the beginning I thought that I would drop out. They were telling me that this university is really hard, many people drop out at the first year. I didn't even think that I would get to the second year, but I did. I kept going.
I'm not proud to share this, but the truth is I just kept crawling and it kept working.
I made my first project in C, which was called The Farm. As you can see, it has outstanding gameplay. It's very addictive. But like, this was the game that I was just trying to figure out like how programming works. I made a game, hooray! I could learn WebGL, OpenGL. I worked on this space shooter game. It's very basic, but it taught me the basics of 3D programming. Then I worked on this amazing game called Minecraft League, which is Rocket League and Minecraft together. Please don't sue me. And here I learned how to have the ball actually physically be simulated. The court has a collider, the ball has a collider, and then just push it and then it rolls. To have raw physics in it, that was important as well. Then I started to get into 3D modeling softwares. 3ds Max, I worked on this scene where you can go into this mine, and then I made this mine cart. And also I used some rocks, made a crystal. If you can see, like, there are these rocks with physically being simulated, pushed around by the mine cart. That was very big. I was super excited to make that. After that, I worked on some Blender projects. I wanted to make this scene where you zoom into a CPU and then you see that like actually the tiny details on it is a city. Like as you go into it, you see a city. Like Tron style, zooming into the CPU and then like seeing that in the computer there's actually a city. Well, this is the execution that I'd come up with at the time, but I learned a lot and I was like super proud that I made something on my own. I worked on this Unity project where it's like a strategy game and you can invade other planets. You just point at it and get the resources and then get the ships there. And you can see it was made by a bunch of developers, no designers, just looking at the icons that we used. For my thesis, I had this big idea. I want to make a VR game with physically simulated hands, with gravity grab, where you can throw objects around. And I want to put this into a procedurally generated environment. Do you know what is procedure generation? Well, procedure generation is when you come up with ways using algorithms to switch around and change how the geometry is generated instead of doing everything manually. And the program that I used for that was Houdini. Let me tell you, Houdini is an amazing program, but it's super hard. But once you learn it, you can find so many creative ways to come up with different models. So I did that. I started learning it and I quit almost 3 times, but I kept going at it, and these are the things that I've made with it. A project where you can grow a spline. This actually got like almost 1,000 views on YouTube. Great project. This other project where you grow this amazing tower. It is procedural as well, procedural geometry. How amazing is that? And then this maze generator where you can like set how big is the maze, and then you can just generate the maze itself. And then it's all made with algorithms. It's like amazing. So I wanted to put all this together and then put this in VR. And I had this idea that, oh wow, like if you are navigating this maze, if you start moving up this tower and then you can like look out from there, it would be a great experience. I showed it to my friends and they were amazed by VR, but the problem was I was using continuous movement, and as they were going up, they got really motion sick. So I guess you can say that like I didn't have a lot of design thinking at the time of like how do I make a game, but other than that, it turned out great. And I came up with a new game genre, which is motion sickness simulator. The higher you get without throwing up, the better you are. Play it with your friends, and the last one to throw up wins. It's a fun game. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make this game happen. I saw this course in Utrecht and I wanted to go there. I wanted to check it out. I was super excited about it. I wanted to have a portfolio piece that stands out and makes sure that I got accepted to this place. So I was thinking, what could I do? What could I possibly make? So in the end, I came up with this idea. Maybe I can make a magical garden that is filled with huge mushrooms on this alien planet, and then you can explore that, you can step on the grass, you have physics interactions with the plants, you can slap the mushrooms, you can touch the leaves and they will move, and then you can find these tiny mushrooms, and if you eat them, then everything turns into trippy stuff, everything starts moving, you will see fractal shaders. And I also made this creature. Look at it, look how intense it is, look how scary it is. I made this shader for the lake, and this amazing Houdini animation of assembling together a bridge. So this is the project that I made, and I decided that I would apply with this. And actually I got accepted to Utrecht. Sadly, I couldn't go. I couldn't accept the offer. I looked at my bank account and it was empty. So I had to come up with something else. I applied to many game-related jobs. I wanted to still go to the Netherlands, but I didn't have any game experience before, so what could I do? I applied to many other companies as well, and actually, at one company, I got an interview. I was very confused, like why did they give me an interview? Because most of my portfolio was game-related stuff. They were asking for a C++ developer, but I thought that this is a great opportunity. I was wondering, like, how would the selection process go? Like, why did they give me a chance?
We've reviewed this applicant. No C++ experience, but he made a mushroom hallucination simulator in VR.
That doesn't sound relevant.
Wait. After eating the mushrooms, everything turns into fractals. The trees have tentacles.
Hire him.
So I got accepted. Of course. At the Netherlands, I had an amazing time. It was such a great adventure. I moved to another city. I got to explore that, join communities. I was going to Toastmasters where I could practice. How do I do public speaking? Look at me. Look at how angry I look on stage. Maybe I look angry as well now. I moderated philosophical discussions because I'm like this big brain, at least when it comes to philosophy. I met many lovely people. I felt I was changing a lot, I was learning a lot, life was fresh, life was exciting. The company benefits were amazing. I was given a good salary, and instead of pizza parties, the company took us to these fancy restaurants where you can have all you can eat buffets. It was great. But after a while it started to fade. I just felt like I was a tiny cog in this machine, that my work wasn't really meaningful. I was solving technical problems, but my passion lies in game development. I just felt time was slipping away and I didn't get closer to what I wanted to do. I was making games on the side in my free time and was learning constantly to make better experiences. I loved living in my place in the Netherlands. I didn't want to change. It would have been a huge shift to just find something else. Finally, I made the decision. I submitted my application for Aalto. This university was on my top list. I wanted to get in there ever since I was doing my bachelor's. But about this place, it's really hard to get in. It's like a 3% acceptance rate. I was submitting my application again and again, and it felt so disheartening, but I didn't give up. I kept working on my portfolio and I kept up the faith that one day they might see that I put a lot of effort and work into what I'm doing and they would give me a chance. And I finally got accepted and I could go and study at a place that I wanted. Was it hard? Yes, it was really hard to leave my old place. Was it worth it? Yes, it was kind of worth it. Now the economy is in very bad condition and it's really hard to find any job right now. It could seem like it was a foolish decision, but I don't think so. It got closer to what I want to do and I wake up every day feeling passionate, feeling excited to what I can work on. Okay, so what was that compelling vision that I gave up my current life for? What did I want to achieve? I'm a very creative person. For me, being creative is not a choice. I want to express my imagination in form of art pieces and to share it with the world and to make a living out of that. That would be a dream come true for me. Creating on my own terms, having my own vision, following my own heart, setting my own agenda, to be able to lead, to be able to express my creative vision uncompromised, not being part of some cog, some kind of company, but making something that is my own. That is something that is super important to me. That's why I really want to start my own company. I want to make a game business, this studio, where I can work together with many passionate people working towards a big shared dream, an imagined world that inspires others, that brings joy to other people's lives. I would love to do that, and I'm studying right now, learning how to get publishers, how to get investors, and I'm learning the business side, how to make all this happen. You can see me pitching here, and this is the program that I took part in, where I learned how to pitch to investors. And maybe one day someone might see this and want to support me. And I have already a team of people that I would love to work together with. I'm reaching out on YouTube as well. I'm totally down working on projects together, just having some like-minded people, setting a goal, having a week, a month or something like that, and making a game together. This is something that I'm super passionate about as well. I also want to travel the world, get inspiration, see other places, go to companies that inspire me and talk to people, have interviews with people who are great at the industry and made something that inspired a lot of people. And I would love to share that with you. I want to figure out how I can reach this, how I can have my freedom, how I can break away from the matrix, create and then live off of my creations, how to start a company and make something bigger where my vision can extend way more than just doing it by myself. What I learned during my school time is that development is hard. Development is very time consuming. You have to have a lot of people to make something that is meaningful and quality. Also that the competition is huge. There are so many people trying to pursue their dreams, making games. And if you don't make high quality games, you're not going to get recognized. I'm going to share with you how my journey is going, what I'm learning, what is required of me to start my own company, to create, to make better games. I'm going to document the whole process. I'm going to share with you devlogs of the games that I made, stories of something that I learned, and just inspirational videos. I want to make also videos where I tell stories and just share my imagination, share anything that I'm interested in, and hopefully you might find this interesting. Join this journey, come with me, and maybe we'll discover something amazing. And this is the first step. I'm quite self-conscious. I'm sitting in my room recording this, but I hope that this is something that resonates with you. and that's something that you find interesting. I know this isn't perfect, like I might look back at it and just cringe how I made this video, but I took the first step. So this is where it begins, not with certainty, but with courage. I'm going to keep continuing, keep pushing it, and keep improving, making better videos. And if anything that I said resonated with you, please follow me, subscribe. I will bring you a lot of content. Please let me know in the comments like what part of the video did you like, what you want to change, what you want to hear more about. I'm really interested in your feedback. And thank you for sticking out for so long. This is a journey that I'm starting now, and the best is still ahead.